Now, the II says internal rate of return. That is the last method, internal rate of return. If you remember in my intro, I said this can also be what? The break-even rate, or the rate at which the NPV of the project is 0. Whatever. So the examiner can say, calculate the break-even rate. It's not break-even analysis. It's internal rate of return the examiner is asking you to calculate. Now the formula for the internal rate of return is A plus NPV over NPV A minus NPV B minus A, or percent. So let me explain some principles to you quickly in the slide. This is directly here, so I will just explain it to you, then we come to the question. So come to the slide on page 11 of the NPV document. So with the internal rate of return, this is the formula. This is how you calculate it. But if you check, you realize there is NPV-A and NPV-B. So it means you have to do 2 NPV schedules. But what is the guiding rule here? The guiding rule here is that when it comes to the NPV, when you do the first one and it is positive, what it means is that the discount factor is too small. So in the second NPV schedule, you increase the rate. It's at your own discretion. Stay with me. But if you do it and your NPV is negative, it means the discount rate was too high. So in the second NPV, you use a lower discount factor. Again, it's at your discretion. So that is the idea about the IRR. When you do the first one and you get positive, it means the discount rate was too small. So in the second NPV schedule, increase the discount rate. When you do it and you get negative NPV, it means that the discount rate is too high. So in the second schedule, you use a lower discount rate. It's at your own discretion as to the gap you want to use. As far as it is exhibiting greater or less, based on whether you are getting positive or negative respectively, it is your swag. But what is A and B? A is the lower rate. B is the higher rate. Okay? A is the lower rate. B is the higher rate. So NPV of A is the NPV of the lower rate. NPV of B is the NPV of the higher rate. That is all. And that is the idea about IRR. The decision rule is simple. We will compare the IRR to the cost of capital of the company. Okay? And if the IRR is greater, if the IRR is greater than the cost of capital of the entity, what do? We accept the project. If the IRR is less than the cost of capital, we reject the project. This is the decision rule on the IRR. That's it. We're done. So if we look at the question we have here, stay with me. At a discount rate of 10%, we got a positive NPV. So what is the rule? If we get a positive NPV, it means the discount factor was too low. So in the second one, we have to use a higher discount factor. Again, it's your decision. You decide what the heck you want to do. So all you would do is we would take the year and the currency flow. You're not doing the whole thing. And bring in the net cash flows. This one, probably with the discount factor situation. Like this, that's what you're interested in. What the heck? I thought I'm copying the same thing. Could adjust this a little bit. Now, we will have to use a rate greater than 10 because the first NPV gave us positive. So it's discretionary. Now, because you are in the exam hall and the examiner will give you the discount factor, you want to use a discount factor that you can easily read. You want to use a discount factor that you can easily read on the table. So anything higher than 10% is okay. As far as it's higher than 10%, we're good. So on the discount factor, we could have up to 20. But we could decide maybe let's use 18. So I'm going to use 18 here. Okay, I'm going to use 18. It's still above 10. That's the goal. Use something above the first one, since the first one gave you positive NPV. That's the goal. So 18, let's see, at 18%. Year 1 is still 1.01. We get 0.847, 0.718, 0.609, and then 0.516. Right, so we multiply up to get a present value. Year 1 is still negative 2,000, so we multiply up respectively. What do we have? 474, 499. Next one, 823, 203. So let's calculate the net present value here. Just so you know, the goal is not to have one to be positive and one to be negative. That's not our goal. Our goal is to have a higher discount rate and a lower discount rate. That's all. So the two answers can all be positive and we'll still work our way and go away and get our answer. So the goal is not to get one to be positive, one to be negative. We don't care. All we care about is one of the rates lower, one of the rates higher, in all that. So let's see what we got. Ooh, that's close. I'm getting -1. So -1,000. Okay, that's good. So that's our answer. We're done. Now, let's substitute it. So if I'm going to calculate my IRR, what is my A? What's my B? A is the lower rate, 10%. B is the higher rate, 18%. So my NPV was 366. My NPV B was 1. Negative. Okay? You got to be mindful of that. So now we substitute it. IRR equals 10% plus 366 divided by 366 minus -1 into bracket 18% minus 10%. All right? Yo. Again, it is not always, there are some people who will say, oh, you make this plus. And so they would rather come and do +1. Yeah, you are right in the context of this question because nege will become poor. But as I said, we could finish and we have 2 positives. We will still work with it. But in that case, arithmetically, you got to be mindful. So -1. How do you work this out? Board mass. So we do what is in the bracket, multiply it by the fraction, add the results of that to the 10%. So more or less like you're working for this, then you come and add the results to the A, which is the 10%. So if you have a good calculator, you can punch all these at once in the calculator, scientific. But if you have those Mokola Kwakwe calculators, then I don't know how the heck you can deliver yourself from that. But we move. You can still punch your way out. So I am getting 17.9%, approximately like 18%. So that is the IRR. We're done. 18%. So it means that now I want you to understand what is going on. IRR is the rate at which the NPV of the project will be 0. It means if we should undertake this project and the internal rate of return becomes, the cost of capital becomes 18, then the NPV of the project will be 0. We are breaking even then. Now, looking at this decision rule, II, internal rate of return. What is the cost of capital of the company? Let's go back to the question. I think we are rather up. The cost of capital of the company is what? 10%. And what is our IRR? 18%. So what do? It's financially viable, so they should undertake the project. So as the internal rate of return is greater than the cost of capital of this PV Co, the project should be accepted. That is how we deal with internal rate of return.